Now to a developing story and deepening concerns about that Equifax hack. Are you one of the 143 million people at risk impacted by that hack?
And should you take steps to freeze your accounts? 13 News Now reporter Megan Shen looked into those questions today.
Well, David, Regina, here's the big concern. The breach exposed everything, including names, social security numbers, birthdays, addresses, and even driver license numbers. And if crooks get their hands on that, what should you do?
You are now your constant credit monitoring.
For thousands affected by the Equifax credit breach, they need to figure out where to go from here.
It's a tough decision to make.
If you are affected by the breach, start by checking the Federal Trade Commission website.
They have a web page dedicated to the Equifax breach.
Their tips include checking your credit report for the 3 credit agencies, monitoring your credit cards and bank accounts. You can also subscribe to fraud alerts for your files.
That in and of itself is a problem because some of those are also scams on the web.
Or put a credit freeze on your files.
And it is pretty inconvenient. So if you're one of those that knows you're going to be buying a car, you're going to be buying a house, the credit freeze might not be the way you want to go.
With the credit freeze, new accounts cannot be opened in your name. Old Dominion University's Department of Economics chair says there is a downside to it.
The downside to that is there is a charge.
Locking your information at each of the 3 credit reporting companies costs $10 in Virginia. It's free in North Carolina. Equifax says a typical freeze fee is now waived through Equifax if you are affected, but you must act before November 21st. For Tidewater Community College Business Administration professor Pete Shaw, his piece of advice is to become your own credit monitor.
This is without a doubt the most catastrophic consumer credit confidential information breach ever in the history that I am aware of.
And officials say hackers will mainly attack by creating new accounts or filing fake tax returns. If you're going to use identity theft protection, go to the Better Business Bureau website. That way you can make sure it's a legitimate identity protection program. Live in the studio, Megan Shen, 13 News Now.